RRR ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా గ్రాండ్ రిలీజ్ కి కేవలం ఒక వారం మాత్రమే మిగిలింది. RRR త్రయం సినిమా ప్రమోషన్స్ లో బిజీగా ఉన్నారు. ఇక ఇప్పటికే సినిమా సెన్సార్ పూర్తయిన విషయం తెలిసిందే. అయితే మూవీ 3 గంటల కంటే ఎక్కువ రన్ టైం తో ఉండగా యూఏ సర్టిఫికేట్ జారీ చేశారు. తాజాగా దుబాయ్ జూబ్లీ పార్క్ లో ఏర్పాటు చేసిన RRR ప్రమోషన్ ఈవెంట్ కు అభిమానులు పోటెత్తారు. ఎక్కడ చూసినా RRR మానియా కనిపించింది. ఈ నెల 22 వరకు RRR టీం ప్రచార కార్యక్రమాల్లో పాల్గొంటుంది. దుబాయ్ లో జరిగిన ప్రెస్ మీట్ హైలైట్స్ మీకోసం.
Flag end of the film, they say it is actually Che Guevara, no? And it is a fictionalized story. It is not a real life account. And as I was looking at the timelines of Allur Sita Ramaraju and Komaram Bhim, there were so many coincidences. They were born around the same time, about 2-3 years apart, and around their 20s they left their houses. We have some kind of historical references what happened when they were in their respective places. Sure. But after they left their places, we don't know what happened to them, and they came back after 3 or 4 years. And once they came back, they started their movement against the British, against the oppressors, in the same modus operandi. Okay. No, it was so many coincidences, and we don't have any account of those 4 missing years. So anything could have happened. So I thought that was a fantastic premise for me as a storyteller to visualize something that never happened, but the spirit of the freedom fighters remains the same. The characterizations, the way they were brought up. Komaram Bhim was a tribal leader. Allur Sita Ramaraju was a well-read man who worked for the welfare of tribals, for the liberty of tribals. So the characterization remains the same. The spirit, the want for liberty remains the same, but the entire story is completely fictionalized. Absolutely. For me, whether it is subtitling or whether it's a language, it's just a medium of communication. I would rather want my audience to just get the story through the visuals. That is what I would prefer as a filmmaker. One small incident that happened during one of my films, Makhi, Iga, when I was making that, my cousin came from US and he brought a white man along with him. So they came to my office and I was showing them some parts of Iga, and my brother was trying to explain to him what was happening in the dialogue, and the white man said, you just shut up, I can understand what's happening. So see, that's what I want. I want the audience to get everything through the visuals and the way the actors are performing and the way the background score is happening. Dialogues and subtitles are just mediums of communication. That's it. Those are not important for me.
Previous film he's done, Bahubali, he's erased a lot of the boundaries between the 29 states or 26 states we have. 30 states we have. So he's erased the boundaries between all the states and he's made it possible. The journey has started with Bahubali. Yes, it's still a question whether we are one industry or we are how many other languages we speak in India. We have that many industries. But today I feel he started a journey, not only with RRR and Bahubali, he's also started an initiative himself, which I feel nobody in India, no director in India has started this thought in any of the press, or any of our minds or any of the press's minds to say, please call us an Indian film industry. And it is started with RRR. I'm very proud.
Director like Rajamouli, I always say this, you just need to do your job as an actor. Your job is not sitting down here and concentrating on how the market is expanding in India or what's happening in different states or different languages or how the sensibilities of the audiences are, because he's the storyteller, he decides that. As an actor, I believe in one thing, as Rajamouli said, sensibilities might change but the emotion always remains the same. So it's just go tap the emotions. I mean, when you watch a movie like Avengers, the Endgame, when you have Iron Man dying, you don't need to have a language there. You just know. You already have, you have tears in your eyes. Your eyes are filled with tears. Call it Dubai, call it USA, call it back in India, call it in a, name even the smallest remote village in India. You go show him that scene, he will cry. It's how the story was told by the storyteller and how the actor delivered it. So we just need to do our job right. That's it.
Everybody, we all went through the corona అండ్ అందరం we all had a pause. మనందరం ఒక పాజ్ బటన్ నొక్కాం. కేవలం ఆర్ఆర్ఆర్ఏ పాజ్ బటన్ నొక్కలేదు. సో అందరం పాజ్ బటన్ నొక్కాం. సో ఆల్ ఆఫ్ us put a pause button. So that was the only delay. But we've never exceeded in the number of days we initially thought, or Rajamouli garu thought we should work. We never had extra schedules happening. RRR, the day one press release that happened in Hyderabad, what Rajamouli garu said, it'll be one of the fastest films I will make. It was actually intended, and it had happened. But of course, it's only the corona. But keeping that aside, how did we survive? How all of you survived corona, we also survived. As simple as that. But keeping our interest, keeping us alive, of course, the man himself, we were interacting, me and Tarak were interacting with him on a weekly basis, sometimes monthly basis. Of course, we want to keep a connect with our director and keep that enthusiasm and that spark alive, because all of us suddenly felt unemployed. Unemployed for 2 years. Yeah. But yes, all of us knew the end result of RRR. Even if I didn't speak to him, weekly basis or monthly basis, my zeal, my thirst to see the end result would have still been alive, because I know when I started RRR, with what conviction I started RRR.
It was his intention that we speak in the languages the film is being released in, because the emotion is stronger when it's coming from the actor. I mean, all due regards to dubbing artists who have done great jobs, phenomenal jobs, but well, he felt that it's nice if we can communicate as actors in those respective languages. And it was just fun, you know, it in a way it made us learn the language, you know, become better in it a little more. We had people to help us while we were dubbing for it. And yeah, you know, all these languages are not alienated to us, you know. Telugu is there obviously, and Tamil. We know Tamil because the film industry, the Telugu film industry migrated from Chennai to Hyderabad, and we have a lot of Tamil speaking technicians. And Kannada, yes, because my mom was she's a Kannadiga, so Kannada was easier for me. And Hindi, because we come from Hyderabad, you know, born and brought up in Hyderabad. And Hindi is not an alienated language. So it was really good, you know, when, you know, we were happy that we could